Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 278. Tom Crawford, my longtime broadcast partner, Bluebelly Tom. He is the co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays from 3 to 6 on the Spotlight Radio Network, heard worldwide at jackandtom.com. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing great. A little disappointed with the Michigan output yesterday, but when the fact that you had a team rush the floor after beating Michigan, that is progress. I cannot remember that happening in a long, long time. So that's the positive side of it.
You just don't want 6 more teams to do that this year, right?
Small
That's the idea.
Yeah,
Small victories. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to find that silver lining. Wow, that was meaningful.
And now with Michigan and Virginia going down, the Indiana Hoosiers from 1976.
They can breathe. They can
Just
sleep
like the
again.
Dolphins from 72.
They can pop that orange
They're
juice.
good, absolutely. Also want to welcome Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality, Specs Howard broadcast instructor, recruiting insider, and he is host of the Spartan Beat, weekdays from noon to 2 on the Spotlight Radio Network. How are you, Rico?
I'm good, Jack. Interesting weekend. It was cold, but a lot of good basketball. A lot of good basketball was played, especially yesterday. Duke, Virginia game, entertaining. Very entertaining.
Very much so.
Yeah, a lot to that one. Got an interesting football game today, too. A lot of people thought it wasn't going to be competitive.
You know
Certainly
what?
was.
I
Overtime.
liked it. It was just enough offense, just enough defense.
Just enough controversy that they'll be talking about this game forever.
Still not the worst call ever. I still say the Super Bowl when the Niners got robbed when they played the Ravens.
Well, you would say that's the Niners.
They cut the lights off in the middle of the game. Come on.
You sound like it's a conspiracy. Just a simple
because the
power
lights
failure.
always go out.
You want Jim Harbaugh to win the Super Bowl.
Also want to welcome Sean Baligian, longtime sports talk host, and he is co-host, Detroit Lions Radio Network, play-by-play veteran. Sean, here we are at Conference Championship Sunday, and that told me that you would be available to do the show.
Yes.
Because the Lions, obviously, we're not going to be in it.
Although the Lions can probably relate to that. I mean, who loses on a 57-yard field goal? Tom Dempsey somewhere. No, honestly, that as I was watching that, especially with the calls down the end of the game, because there were 2, the pass interference calls and then the 57-yard field goal. Honestly, the first thing that went to my head is, that's so Lions. That's so Lions. So
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of kickers are 50-yard field goals are now the new 35-yard
Absolutely.
play.
Indoors. Kicking for 40
Yep.
before.
Absolutely.
It's not
I
a
just
big
kept
deal.
thinking about all the people in Vegas who, with a call like that, I mean, who did they shoot?
Right.
It's just impossible. We'll be right back. We're going to start with basketball, our Going Green segment, up next here on Press Pass.
If you're not well, but it's not an emergency, choose Sparrow Fast Care for things like infections, the flu, allergies, even the common cold.
But if you need x-rays, stitches, or to mend some broken bones, then choose Sparrow Urgent Care.
From Lansing, DeWitt to Okemos,
To East Lansing, Mason, and Grand Ledge, and now open on Michigan Avenue in Lansing.
walk in or check in online at sparrowcares.org. Sparrow Fast Care,
And Sparrow Urgent Care.
healthcare at the speed of life.
It ends Tuesday. Half off every wall side window. Plus an extra $75 off every window when you pay cash. You could save thousands. Half off every window, plus an extra $75 off, or 5 years, no interest. Celebrating 75 years is a big deal for us and for you. Call today. It ends Tuesday, January 29th. 1-800-521-7800.
Catch the savings at Capital Honda. New 2018 Honda Accord LX, just $249 a month. Or new 2018 Honda Civic LX, only $169 a month. Just like your favorite team does it, we're going all out because you should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
With a certificate from MSU Federal Credit Union, your financial goals will be within your reach. You can open your certificate with as little as $50. MSU Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Don't miss America's #1 new show, The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox. The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 105 years in the automobile business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos while they're offering bonus cash during the North American International Auto Show. Go green, go Graf.
Nick Ward came through a little bit. Cassius Winston, I thought, was unbelievable from the start, but he did it offensively and defensively. He did a pretty good job on Watson, who is another guy that I really have a lot of respect for. We couldn't guard Palmer. I mean, McQuaid tried. We fouled him a little too much, but to hold him to 6 of 21, I guess that means Matt won it, even though Matt was 0 for 6 and really didn't do much on offense. He did an unbelievable job on defense. So with those circumstances, I'll take that as a big, big win in a great place, great environment.
Michigan State coach Tom Izzo, Thursday night, pretty happy. Rico Beard, how did Michigan State do what it did in the biggest game ever played in Lincoln, Nebraska? And how has Cassius Winston turned into arguably the most valuable player in the Big Ten through the first third of the season and a first-team All-America point guard?
Jack, you answered your first question with your second question. It was all Cassius. That game, Michigan State needed all 29 points that Cassius Winston scored. Yeah. No one else really was there. No Josh Langford again. No Kyle Ahrens.
Nick Ward to make a 3.
Yeah. Don't count on that a lot. Nick Ward was good, and then they took Nick Ward out of the game. The freshmen looked like freshmen. Just kind of overwhelmed at time. They did just enough. I mean, Matt McQuaid, what he did on defense made up for the fact that he only scored 2 points, and that was at the end of the game. It was a collective team effort. That's why Michigan State is winning, Jack. There is no one person that you could just lock down and zero in on. But now Cassius is very Mateen-esque. Yeah. And right now, if he leads them to a championship, I think that you could argue between him and Mateen Cleaves, because kind of like Cleaves, he's putting the team on his back, but he is trying to get as many people involved on that journey. He's trying to pass the ball. He's trying to get you involved, but if you're not going to make a basket, give it to me and I'll do it.
The other thing is that Cleaves did that for 4 years and took this team to a couple of Final Fours and 3 of the 4 Big Ten championships. Tom, when you think about what Cassius Winston is doing now without Josh Langford, without Kyle Ahrens, more burden on him.
Well, yeah, there is burden. This is one game removed, or a couple games removed from whatever Tom Izzo said. That was Cassius' one game from Cassius. He said that's the worst game Cassius ever played. So, and that's a good attribute about Cassius because he can bounce back. But to concur with what Rico said, I think there's going to be too much burden on Cassius. They're going to need guys to step up on their own accord and not just have him orchestrated like an orchestra leader.
Well, I think when they start to get some guys back, you'll see McQuaid play more minutes at the point. Sean, a lot of people seem to have forgotten that Michigan State was 16-2 last year in the Big Ten for the 8th Big Ten championship in the past 21 years. Can this year's team do more than that?
Absolutely. And I think the reason is they know what people are saying. They know the ghosts of the past few years come tournament time. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Tom has made a point to talk about, hey, wait a second. I know people talk about an Izzo team, right? Let's not forget what that team did last year. It didn't end the way that anybody wanted. But at the end of the day, I think this is a team right now that understands the long game. And what I mean by that, and this is not a shot against you, Tom, or Michigan fans out there, It's the Big Ten slate. You're not going to roll through it. There are going to be some ups and downs. To have that pressure night in, night out, listen, play the long game. You're going to be okay if you do that.
Tom, the Maryland Terrapins are waiting to pop Michigan State's balloon.
They are.
Tomorrow night at Breslin Center, early game, 6:30 tip. When you think about Michigan State and the nation-leading streak of 19 conference wins in a row, can they stretch it to 20 against a second-place team that can tie for first?
Yeah, Bruno Fernando is a beast. Anthony Cowan and Jalen Smith, great trio for Maryland. And I think it's going to be a challenging game. Michigan State at home, are you kidding me? The way they're playing, that place will be crazy. The game that I think Michigan State's going to be challenged is Thursday at Iowa, a team that's got a 5-game winning streak, 16-3 overall, and playing pretty well. And coming off the Maryland game. But I see Michigan State winning 8 to 10 points Monday night at the Bres.
I think Maryland's pretty good, Rico. We said if a team can go 9-1 the first half of the season, in Michigan State's case, 6 of those 10 games are on the road. Right. It's setting itself up pretty well.
It is. That's why, they did what they had to do in Nebraska. Just get the win. Doesn't have to be pretty. Penn State was a struggle, but you got the victory because they all will count towards the end. And then in February, you get a lot of games at home. You could breathe a little bit. But, yeah, with Maryland coming in Monday and Iowa. See, Iowa's a team, you flip a coin. Either they can be really good or they can be really bad.
Good right now.
I don't know.
They're playing.
They look pretty bad when they came to the Breslin.
68% today. They look good.
Michigan State clubbed the Hawkeyes and the Boilermakers in Breslin Center. Now going on the road, Carver Hawkeye. Going to be tough, as you say. Kind of revenge tours for these teams, right?
I hate that term.
See how that works out. We'll be right back talking Michigan basketball up next.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
First time I saw them was in a dream. Now I know how the world ends. You're the most important little girl in the world.
The Passage, all new Monday on Fox. Catch Access Hollywood weeknights at 7:30 on My 47.4.
Welcome to Russell and Schrader Insurance.
Hastings Mutual is a trusted partner of ours. Call Joe Daly for a Hastings Mutual insurance quote. They are hard to beat. Call Dylan Bond today. From business to farms, Hastings Mutual and Russell and Schrader Insurance will protect your best assets.
Now is the perfect time to have an American Metal roof installed. You'll beat the spring backlog and save half on installation. Plus, get a free Snow Country trim package. Call American Metal Roofs or visit
AmericanMetalRoofs.com. Save on all of our quality supplements during the Wyckoff Wellness Ring in a Healthy New Year event. Now through January 31st, all supplements are 20% off, both in our East Lansing store and online. Wyckoff Wellness only sells the highest quality of supplements, including multivitamins, omega-3 fish oil, vitamin D, antioxidants, herbal remedies, and more. Supplements for intestinal health, weight loss, memory, sleep, and fatigue. Save 20% at both Wyckoff Wellness in East Lansing and online at wyckoffwellness.com.
Right here, guys.
who you are. I don't want to show up another day and not see you without that mentality. We're only going up. Yes, sir. Keep swinging.
A jubilant.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Let's give it up.
Michigan State went through that for about 10 years. Every time they lost, even at Indiana, they were storming the court. You see Greg Gard there after the victory, and 17 wins in the last 22 games against Michigan for the Badgers. 17-5 when you think about that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Tom, Michigan went 11 and a half months. And their only loss was the blowout in the national championship
blowout,
game.
I see.
Well, it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. just explaining it. It wasn't a cliffhanger. It wasn't an overtime game.
It was a last-second
22-point
22-point
by about
loss
the 10-minute mark, but that's something different.
Yeah.
So what was different yesterday at Kohl Center in his House of Horrors?
Well, I mean, to be honest, what smart Michigan fan thought that they would go undefeated? I mean, go on the road in the Big Ten. I mean, they got outscored 38-24 in the paint. That's number one. Right. Number two is Isaiah Livers right now is the only guy you can depend to score off the bench. Eli Brooks got nothing. I mean, they need somebody to fulfill that Jordan Poole role from last year, and that's what's lacking on this team.
I thought Brandon Johns would be more in
You know what, Jack? Good
mix.
point. I mean, he was great in the Indiana game, but really hasn't had the opportunity since that time. But not totally unexpected. I mean, we all thought, I thought it was going to happen in Illinois.
Yeah.
Rico thought, Wisconsin. A lot of people thought Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We all thought, it was going to happen in late January, and it did. And now we'll see how they respond. This is a whole different situation, and they got to bounce back against Minnesota on Tuesday night.
Is it possible that a loss like this, which, as you say, was inevitable at some point, could be a blessing, could actually help Michigan?
Well, I think so, because it gets yourself to look at yourself and self-scout. And Eggy Brosdeka says, I want Duke. I think, where were you coming from with that statement? I mean, they got to get a lot better. Offensively, they struggle. Let's be real. That's their weakness. They're good, solid defense. They got to figure out, get some more potency coming off the bench.
Rico, Iggy failed to score in his first really tough conference road game. Was this predictable to some degree, or was he exposed in some way?
Well, I think he's starting to hit a little bit of the wall where teams are starting to figure out exactly how to play him. So it's up to Iggy to now come up with a plan B, to come up with a new move, to come up with something different, because teams have scouted him. Predictable, yes, because it goes to what Tom said. The worst thing that happened to Michigan was Duke lost on Monday. So they had 6 days of people asking, what's it going to be like when you're number one? When you're number one. And when Iggy comes out and talks about Duke and trying to shut down Zion Williams, like, son, how about Ethan Happ? How about you eat what's on your plate first before you go back to the buffet? You want no parts of Zion because you can't handle Ethan Happ. So, yeah, that to me, and then you come out and give an offer, that was bad.
He played great defense, though.
Okay. Offer.
Sean, Michigan got very good play again from Xavier Simpson and John Teske, two guys who are not considered to be primary offensive options, but have developed into really good all-around players. If they continue to develop, can Michigan win the Big Ten and beyond?
Absolutely. I mean, to me, right now, guys, I think what Michigan and Michigan State basketball are doing is what Michigan and Michigan State football want to do, except they're making it happen. A couple years in a row, they're both legitimate. I think the issue with football the last few years is the other guy hasn't been able to keep the end of the bargain. In 16, it was the Spartans that faltered. Right. In 17, it was Michigan that faltered. Right now, they're living it. And I'll tell you what, going back to what you said, Tom, number one, I think people forget, in my opinion, I think winning on the road in college basketball is the toughest thing to do. Out of all the home, ice, court, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to happen, and I'll tell you this much. John Beilein is coaching that team today the same way he would be if they were unbeaten and number one. That doesn't change, and that's what makes Michigan such a threat.
Well, it will get their attention, I guess, right? The focus with the game Tuesday night.
Don't talk about then they got to go to Bloomington Friday night.
We'll be right back with more on Press Pass.
We thought we lost everything in that fire, but my independent agent made sure we were up and running fast. That's what mattered to us.
The Holden Divendale Insurance Agency, we are
your hometown team.
When other dealerships tell you no, Champion says yes.
You see, there's no need to worry about your credit issues because they're in the past. Slow credit, bad credit, no credit, divorce, medical bills, bankruptcy, it doesn't matter because we'll work with you. Act now and take advantage of payments as low as $99 and 0 down. Visit us today. Log on to championrockscredit.com or give us a call at 888-515-9132 at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Hi, I'm Realtor Brock Fletcher from the selling team with Keller Williams. Mid-Michigan homeowners who sell their homes with us get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their home in an average of 28 days. Call us today at 517-853-6408.
Hey partner, looks like you got another ride to work.
Lethal Weapon, all new Tuesdays on Fox.
Michigan winters are all about being outdoors and having some fun. Can we have some fun where it's warm?
We're kicking off 2019 with huge savings during Graf's Winterfest.
And during Graf's Winterfest, we'll double the value of your trade up to $5,000.
Get 0% financing on select 2018 Silverados or drive a 2019 truck for $100 a month or less.
Plus, take a test drive and register to win a 2-night ski package at Treetops Resort. Why are we back outside? It's cold. For Graf's Winterfest, going on at a Graf dealership near you.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were in August for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Syracuse wins the tip. No fatigue there as well. Battle, wow, straddling the three-point line. Jim Boeheim says we have good players. We haven't played very well. There's still a chance, and they've played well tonight. It's halftime. Drives on Alex O'Connell, and it's Chukwu. R.J. Barrett, a deep three. And Chukwu, fittingly, the ball in his hands as the game ends.
These two teams will meet again in Charlottesville 3 weeks from tonight. White the drive, and the finish. Switch now, Bolden on Jerome. Crossover, spin, got him in the ass. What a feed to Saul.
He was asking, hey, give me R.J. Barrett.
Williamson from beyond the arc. Barrett driving again. Finishes again. Lost it. Got it back. And that'll be the game. The bucket will count. It'll be a two-pointer for Hunter as the signal. But the Duke Blue Devils beat the Virginia Cavaliers.
There you see Duke struggling in a loss, a shocking loss, and then a 1-2 win. Actually, number 1 in one poll versus number 1 in the other poll. Sean, how did Duke nearly become the first number 1 team ever to lose 2 games in 1 week at home?
Yeah, it's college basketball. I mean, that's as crazy as it sounds. And insert Boeheim's own joke here. But listen, all jokes aside, this is a situation where, much like Rico was saying earlier, this is the way that college basketball is. You know, when I hear people go, wow, this is crazy, it's like, are you new to this? Especially in a conference like the ACC. You know, Virginia is another team that has to exercise a few of their demons as well. They know that, and that's the type of game that they're going to put a circle around. But when you're Duke, listen, you're going to have that target on you each and every night. Something tells me they're going to be Duke by the time tells me that they're going to be Duke by the time the tournament starts.
Tom, I think I saw a 6-way tie at the top of the ACC.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the way it is, right?
Yeah, and Trey Jones, when he comes back. I mean, there's some injuries there, obviously, for Duke, and I was impressed by Duke. I mean, I just think they're going to be in Minneapolis. Something would shock me if they're not going to end up, those freshmen get together.
You see Duke in no, you don't.
No,
You're
I don't.
shaking your head. No.
No, because I think, and you've seen it, Duke struggles because those freshmen will play like freshmen in some games.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. Like, they had the lead, but when Duke has to come back, they struggle because you have a bunch of guys on there, at least 3 guys who are the man, between Williamson and Reddish and those guys. Who shoots the ball? They don't know how to pass the ball because they've all been that guy.
Yeah.
That's going to hold Duke back from getting to the Final Four.
Struggle from deep. They're streaky and not a good free throw shooting team.
No, we noticed
again.
that. Absolutely.
So, Tom, what's wrong with Indiana? 4 straight losses for the Hoosiers. Got blown out in Mackey Arena.
Oh man, Noel Eastern just put the clamps on Langford. They look really, really bad. They've lost 4 straight in a row. Now, yeah, timing's great now. So they got Michigan hosting Michigan on. They played Northwestern, I think, on Tuesday, but then they got Michigan at home at Assembly Hall, and that will be a tough game. That's just the way they are. They will bounce back. This is the way it is in the Big Ten.
What do you make of the rest of the Big Ten, other than Michigan State, Maryland, and Michigan?
Iowa Hawkeyes, like I talked about before. Franny's got this team playing together well, and they're a pretty deep team, and they shot almost 70% today. Watch out for Iowa. I'm not saying they're going to beat Michigan State, but it's possible.
Rico, which team has a better chance to win? Maryland tomorrow night in Breslin, or Minnesota coming off a 1-point win? Didn't know if they were going to be able to get past Penn State, but they just did.
They did.
And that is Tuesday night at Chrysler.
Probably Maryland at the Breslin Center, just because they're a better team.
Yeah.
Minnesota is so freaking streaky.
Yeah.
You can't count on them. It's like
That's fair.
counting on a 2-year-old on a road trip, holding themselves. It's not going to happen.
To follow up on what Tom said, which team that does not start with an M is going to finish highest in the Big Ten standings?
UW, baby.
Wow.
Wisconsin. Because, look, Iowa is not, they went 11 for 13 today hitting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not going to happen again, okay? Sorry.
They won at Penn State.
Purdue, the other teams in the Big Ten, they're going to rise, they're going to fall. There's no dominant teams. Wisconsin, the Or the Kohl Center, and if they could just kind of split on the road, I could easily see them finishing 2nd or 3rd in the Big Ten.
Ethan Happ is not going to score 26 points every game.
He's not, but they still play that suffocating style.
Yeah.
They make you look bad.
They muck you up.
Yeah, they make you look bad.
John Beilein seemed surprised by that rule, the way it was called.
Yeah.
When it was a point of emphasis, Greg Gard said, we knew that.
The game was over by that time.
An intentional foul, and you got angry because they called a foul.
Okay, move on. We'll see him on February 9th.
All right, we're going to be back. We're going to talk college football up next. Can never get enough offensive coordinators coming up on Press Pass.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Working with the Ide Company, 1, is very easy to do. 2, they're very responsive to our needs. And 3, as we've grown as a company, they've listened to those needs and they've helped us plan out our future in terms of growth that needs to be done at this location.
It's just comforting to know I'm working with the Ide Company, knowing that they can accommodate our growth. In that way, they're an excellent partner.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Welcome to the Galaxy.
The Orville, all new, Thursday on Fox.
The Epic Sell-Off is on now at Furniture Row. That means epic savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus 4 years no interest. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners' insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners' insurance agents.
We understand the anxiety that comes with picking a 2-for-5 mix and match order. Also, we kind of don't understand. There's literally no way to mess this up.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
It seems like with life, there's never a dull moment. And when it comes to sleep, we don't always get the best rest. Find the cozy comfort, quality, and affordability of the Aspen Collection, all packed in a convenient box, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for another Big Picture segment brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride. You see Josh Gaddis at Alabama. Haven't heard anybody say anything bad about him. Graham Couch knew him at Western Michigan, speaks very highly, and he's had a lot of stops. Rico Beard, he's going to bring plenty of enthusiasm, and he is an accomplished wide receivers coach. No play calling experience. Is he the answer to give Jim Harbaugh the berth in the college football playoff, or at least the Big Ten East Division title?
No. I mean,
shocker there.
You know what, Tom? You say what you want. I got history and facts on my side. And as Sean always says, what are facts?
Facts are mean.
Okay.
They're very mean.
Every offensive coordinator that comes in there is going to fix this thing, like every quarterback that comes in there is going to fix this thing. It's going to take some time. And quite frankly, if he's there for 3 years and can build a system, maybe. But to jump in there right now, year one, no, because he's not going to call the plays. Michigan's not going to
call the plays.
He's not going to call the plays. Harbaugh said that to keep you guys quiet. Harbaugh has 4 guys calling plays, and eventually he throws it all out and says, "Nope, run that play. Give me that play where everybody lines up in one line formation and then branches out." That's worked a lot, right? No, it hasn't. So, no, to answer, long story short, no. He's not going to be that guy because they're not going to hand the reins over to him.
Tom, the look on your face is like the doctors in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's.
Well, it's just like Alabama was going to blow out Clemson by halftime. You know, your predictions aren't. You're not exactly 100%.
Well, I'm right when it comes to Michigan.
Okay, whatever.
Sean, you haven't been here in a few weeks. We didn't get your take on Mark D'Antonio's Spartan Shuffle.
Yeah,
moving these coaches around, which we're going to talk about. You'll get a chance to take a look at it again. Could this be the answer, at least part of the answer, with as anemic an offense as Michigan State has ever put on the field?
If your answer is yes, you're basing it on nothing more than hope. Period, end of story. You aren't basing it on anything that you've seen up to this point. Now, in fairness to Coach D'Antonio, and a lot of times I think guys in sports, a coach will tell you the answer if you're listening. How many times have you heard Mark D'Antonio say, "We're not playing Spartan football unless we're running the ball"? I think that's where it starts. If Michigan State gets that line healthy and can run the ball effectively instead of sporadically, I think that'll change a lot of the issues. Is this going to be a repeat of 2012? Or is this the beginning of the end? I mean, to me, that's the million-dollar question. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the greatest offensive coordinator since Nuss at Michigan or Gaddis or whatever the case may be, because I think people get too wrapped up in that. There are a lot of questions about Michigan State right now. This isn't the case of injecting somebody new. To me, the key is, can they get back to playing, as Mark D'Antonio said, Spartan football? That's a big factor.
Brad Salem has had head coaching offers. He's had coordinator offers the last 3 years. If his name was Bill Salem and he came from West Virginia, wouldn't everybody be excited about this?
I don't know. Maybe he's the smart guy because he knows he could have one of the worst offenses in the nation and not get fired. So maybe he's the smart guy in the equation. Yeah. I don't know. But no, to your point, Jack, I think a lot of times people are infatuated with the unknown. And I think the Lions, we're going to get into that in a little bit. I think the Lions got into that a little
Sean,
bit.
The problem was, I think people wanted to see a change. Yeah. When you only score 6 points three times, when your quarterback doesn't throw a touchdown for the last 5 games, the offense is stagnant. Yeah. And I think people just wanted D'Antonio to acknowledge, yeah, this is bad. But instead, it was kind of like how they do that little helmet shuffle at the end of the third quarter.
When you score
the coordinator now,
3 fewer points, okay, in 4 losses. 3 fewer points than Northwestern scored in the third quarter of its bowl game. You've got some serious issues that have to be addressed. But Tom, why does everybody make such a big deal about offensive coordinators? It's like everybody wants to blame the offensive coordinator for ice on their windshield.
Yeah, well, because they're like artists, and the rules have changed in the game. So offense, it's in their favor right now. So you can run the drags, you can run the shallow crossers, and so they want that attacking offense through the air. Yeah. And these people are like, OCs are like artists, you know, they're in the lab, they're like science lab, you know what I mean? So that's what everyone wants.
But the head coach is still dictating a lot of it.
But it's a copycat business. When you see a team like Oklahoma or Clemson just able to score at will, and you're thinking, well, how come it's so simple. Oklahoma. Why can't we do this? They're doing this. What's wrong with us?
Sean McVay, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, I guarantee you, they didn't turn everything over to an offensive coordinator and say, just go have fun with this, with my team, my program, my franchise.
But when you see other teams poaching other ones' coordinators, it means that they're doing something, and the fact that no one ever comes to say, hey, can we have any of your coaches, that's a little bit of a red flag. I know we don't want to admit it. It's a little bit of a red flag.
Well, he had other chances to go places. I'm talking about Brad Salem, but I want to see how this works out. And I think that he deserves a right to try to succeed. That's what D'Antonio wants to do. If you don't like it, then what you're really complaining about isn't the offensive coordinator.
It's the coach.
You're saying Michigan State needs a new head coach.
Yep. I think D'Antonio's on the clock. He's got 1 year.
See how it all works out. See if he can resurrect the program and help his legacy get back to where it was. We'll be right back with Pro Football Talk.
Looking for increased vitality? Experiencing brain fog and fatigue? Many people suffer from nutrient deficiencies, but there is hope. Wyckoff Wellness offers cutting-edge intravenous therapies including IV nutrient infusions, ultraviolet blood irradiation, MAH ozone treatments, and more. This month, Wyckoff Wellness is offering 20% off all their unique treatments, service packages, and supplements during their Ring In a Healthy New Year event. Save 20% today at Wyckoff Wellness in East Lansing or wyckoffwellness.com.
Catch the savings at Capital Honda with the biggest lineup of new Hondas from Capital Honda.
From business to farms, Hastings Mutual will protect your best assets.
At Lansing's 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we can remove items from anywhere in your home or business.
Like attics. And basements. Or backyards. Even crawl spaces.
Don't lift a finger. Call us today. We'll be there today.
Lansing's 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear.
Big Bang Character Prototype.
Weeknights at 6 and 7 on Fox 47.
The Gifted. New episodes, new time. Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
Michigan winters are all about being outdoors and having some fun. Can we have some fun where it's warm? We're kicking off 2019 with huge savings during Graf's Winterfest. And during Graf's Winterfest, we'll double the value of your trade up to $5,000.
Double the value of your trade up to $5,000 and choose from any of these vehicles for $112 a month or less.
Plus, take a test drive and register to win a 2-night ski package at Treetops Resort. Why are we back outside? It's cold. For Graf's Winterfest, going on at a Graf dealership near you.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
Weather in mid-Michigan can change in the blink of an eye, and Fox 47 Storm Shield Weather is here to keep you prepared. On air, in the morning, when you get home, and before you go to bed. Download the Storm Shield app from your app store today.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. The Woody's items are now available at Tom's Foods, Horrocks, and other local grocers.
Looking for line. Pass is caught for the touchdown. Booked. They run it with Gurley. He spins for the touchdown. 30%. Hill plows it in for the touchdown. Quick snap. Play action. Wide open. Touchdown. 10. Quick snap. Breeze. Pass is incomplete. No flag. Breeze. Protection breaks down. Ball is up for grabs and caught. Picked off. Bad snap. The kick is good. Rams win it, and on to Super Bowl 53 they go.
You see highlights from today's NFC Championship game. I'm not shocked that the Rams won the game. I am stunned that when they were behind 13-0, they had the poise. Mercedes-Benz Stadium to come back and do that in that environment. And then they got a break or two along the way.
Yeah.
And a 57-yard field goal, which we talked about
I think
earlier.
the nerves calmed down for them.
Tom, you were never a big believer in the Rams.
Never, all season long. When I saw him play the Lions, I just thought, this team's not that good.
What did you learn from Jared Goff and company today?
Well, that they overcame some incredible noise situation. When you got to go, when you have to run over to your widest wideout to communicate the play, I mean, that was some crazy fan noise in there. I thought they overcame that 13-0 lead, and you know, just the big plays on defense. And Ndamukong Suh was huge, and Aaron Donald. So call me surprised and impressed on the Rams. I mean, they're a legitimate Super Bowl participant. Let's just say that.
Rico Beard, a lot of people love dynasties. Do you think most people want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl again? They got a great game going against the Chiefs right now while we're taping. Or would they be as welcome in Atlanta as a severe winter storm?
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that while we're taping, so I don't look ridiculous by the time. But I don't
get to that later.
I don't think people want to see the Patriots again because you kind of came to the end of that run. I think a lot of people would like to see a rematch from the Monday night game, the Rams and the Chiefs, just some young blood. I mean, looking at Belichick and Brady, you know what you're getting. Those guys had a great run, but it just gets to the point now where you've seen this before. It's, you know, it's like when you're making Rocky 7.
Yeah.
Okay, it stopped being fun at Rocky 4, and we just keep going with it. So I think that they want to see some new blood in here. And no, I mean, outside of Brady fans, I don't think many people want to see the Patriots again.
Sean, going back to our offensive coordinator theme.
Yes.
The Detroit Lions named Darrell Bevell to replace Jim Bob Cooter as offensive coordinator. Not an enthusiastic reaction to that for a number of reasons. How do you think he's going to do with Matt Patricia? It's
an uninspiring pick, and I'm going to go back to something that Rico said. Everybody wants the hot new name, and people were clamoring after the fact. Well, why didn't they get the hot new name? And to me, it was like, who? At this point in time, what name was out there? You know, Cliff Kingsbury got a job, for goodness sakes, in Arizona. So it's uninspiring. Make no mistake about that. There are two things that come to mind. Everybody talks about the play against the New England Patriots. Rightfully so. What I found interesting, Jack, the guy who was the coordinator of that defense that snuffed that play hired the guy that was the offensive coordinator that called that play. Well, some people say it was Carroll. That screams respect to me. And what people also forget is what they did the year before when they absolutely butchered the Denver Broncos. This is a guy whose sole job should come in and make sure that Goldilocks, Matthew Stafford, has everything around him just right. Because I think by now, what we know about Matthew Stafford, he needs everything just right around him. And so that's going to be his job.
When their careers in Ford Field are finished, how many playoff wins will Matt Patricia, Darrell Bevell, and Matthew Stafford have?
I'm going to give him a couple, and I'll tell you why. Bob Quinn. I really like Bob Quinn. Hey, was there anybody out there that said, yeah, I love Russ Thomas, or I love Matt Millen, or that Mayhew guy, he's getting it done. I really like Bob Quinn. It's the first time in my life I've felt that way. It's certainly the first time in my life I can verbalize that. I think he gets it. I think if you look at what he's been able to do via the draft and find some of the value that he's found, if that continues, I think a couple. I'm not writing a check for even an NFC championship game anytime soon, but I really like Bob Quinn. I think he gets it.
You like Bob Quinn a lot better than I do.
Did he just say that?
I do. I like Bob Quinn.
I'm not 100% sold on Taylor Decker. I think he could have injury problems. I'm not 100% sold on Jarrett Davis. But the biggest problem I have with Bob Quinn is he hired Matt Patricia. And to me, those guys could leave together on the same plane.
Might be gone a year from now.
We'll be right back. Our Take It to the Bank segment and a lot of predictions up next.
Since I was a little boy, I remember watching my dad talk to clients after an accident, and he would tell them, it's going to be okay.
He's a man of integrity. He shows up every day, and he leads by example.
As I tell the clients, we'll get through this together, and we do.
More epic than scaling Everest. More epic than a frontside 720. More epic than a kid eating broccoli. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save up to 50% on closeout Tempur-Breeze floor models, or get up to 70% off our Aspen and Green Choice model year closeouts. And check out the Summit Queen, easy on the wallet for only $189.99. Plus 4 years, no interest financing. Shop the epic sell-off today, only at Denver Mattress.
Our client was seriously injured when she was hit by a bus. We tried her case and won a multi-million-dollar jury verdict right here in this courthouse. Fighting and winning for our clients in court in trial, that's the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango, and Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Champions.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank. Dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. What can you guarantee about tomorrow night's game in Santa Clara, California?
Alabama wins, double digits. Not even close. Wow. You'll be watching something else. Trevor Lawrence, they're going to show him that he is a freshman. Sorry, he hasn't seen a defense like this in the ACC. The ACC was really bad. That's not Notre Dame on the other side. That's Alabama. That's a bunch of grown men.
You have proof that Rico's only right 99% of the time, not 100% of the time, right?
You know, I was wondering, like, why did they go to that camera shot at the beginning of the show? But I know you guys want to see that I'm wrong. And here's the thing. When it came to the game, talking with Marcus Ray, it felt like that Tyson-Buster Douglas fight. Yeah. Buster Douglas was beating Tyson the whole time, but you just kept expecting Tyson's going to land that blow. Mm-hmm. And eventually you realize he's not going to win this thing. And the same with, I just knew Alabama's going to find a way to win. And you know, I'll give Clemson and Trevor Lawrence credit. I mean, he looks, quite frankly, if you miss out on Dwayne Haskins, Detroit, go ahead and tank in 2 years. That kid's going to be good.
Yeah, I thought Alabama would win too. Tom Crawford did not.
I picked Clemson.
You took Clemson.
I know college football. Trust
me. You just don't know college football in the States.
I want to switch sports for a minute. I want to go to college basketball, and 6 teams seem to have separated themselves a little bit. And we're talking about Duke, Gonzaga, Michigan, Michigan State, Tennessee, and Virginia. Team 278. What do we know about the Final Four in Minneapolis? Tom, what can we take to the bank looking that far ahead?
The Final Four?
Yeah.
I mean, not just a ranking.
Well, any of those teams make it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Michigan, Michigan State are both going to be there. You heard it here first, and I think Duke's going to be there, and I think the Zags of Gonzaga are going to be the other one. I don't think Tennessee's going to get there.
What about tomorrow's AP rankings?
I'm going to go with Tennessee, I'm going to go with UVA, and then I'm going to go with Duke, and then I go with Michigan State, and then Michigan, because Michigan State is playing better than Michigan right now, so I'll have them for Michigan State.
Enrico, I asked you the question earlier today.
You did.
And you had your 6.
I did. I think I can take to the bank Tennessee. There will be 1. Okay, Gonzaga will be 2. After that, I can't promise you anything because it's going to be based on where the writers, how good do they feel that Virginia week was, and then Duke beating Virginia at home, but then they lost to an unranked Syracuse. Michigan losing their first game on the road, but Wisconsin's no slouch. Michigan State goes on the road, but Nebraska wasn't ranked. So the 3 through 6, I don't know. I think Michigan State should be 3rd, but I can see them being 4th. As far as Final Four team goes, out of the 6 teams, I can probably guarantee you 1, but it's not the team you're thinking.
Really?
Gonzaga.
I don't know about Gonzaga. I don't know about the quality of competition.
I mean, there's nothing in that. There's nothing in that conference to me. There's nothing there. Yeah. And how many times have we seen them do that in the past? Where, oh look, they're the cute little Zags. You want to pinch their little cheek and everything.
Have we forgotten? They got a pretty good victory on their thing. They've knocked off Duke.
No question. No question.
Did it at a neutral site.
Early. Sean, which of the teams we mentioned do you see being in Minneapolis?
I agree with Tom. Really, Duke, Michigan, Michigan State. Honestly, I mean, obviously, so much of it has to do with how the brackets play out.
The region
who's in, which region they're in, because certainly you could get. I'll put it to you this way: if the Zags have a region like their conference, I love the Zags all day. But all jokes aside, I think right now, I think the teams that play in the conferences like Duke, like Michigan, Michigan State, I think those are the teams we'll top for.
Our buddy Derek Stevens from the D Casino put $100,000 down. He got 4 teams, and he took Duke, Kansas, Gonzaga, and Michigan.
Michigan winters are all about being outdoors and having some fun. Can we have some fun where it's warm? We're kicking off 2019 with huge savings during Graf's Winterfest. And during Graf's Winterfest, we'll double the value of your trade up to $5,000.
Get 0% financing on select 2018 Silverados or drive a 2019 truck for $100 a month or less.
Plus, take a test drive and register to win a 2-night ski package at Treetops Resort. Why are we back outside? It's cold. For Graf's Winterfest, going on at a Graf dealership near you.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
You good? I'm scared of heights. Then you have come to the wrong place.
Lock it in!
Do you have the knowledge and the stomach to win?
February 26th, the first ever obstacle course for your mind.
Are you a mental samurai or just mental?
Mental Samurai, hosted by Rob Lowe, premieres February 26th on Fox.
Watch Live PD Police Patrol weeknights at 10 on My 47.4.
Wyckoff Wellness has Mid-Michigan's only Verjus body contouring and cellulite reducing green laser. Lose up to 4 inches in 2 weeks and reduce unwanted cellulite completely painless without surgery. Combine the Verjus laser with the HCG or ketogenic weight loss programs and find the new you today. Ring in a healthy new year at Wyckoff Wellness and save 20% off Verjus treatments and their weight loss programs, plus 20% off all their quality supplements. This month only at Wyckoff Wellness.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious.
Moments ago, now here is one for the books. Michael Beasley looking to check in for the Lakers and then is told, hey, Michael, come on back. You're wearing the wrong shorts.
I got 4
And he
words.
heads back to the locker room instead of wearing the proper shorts. He had to make the change. That's future material for Shaq and Fool.
I was going to say, he's Shaq and the Fool.
Yes.
He's Shaq and the Fool. Can't wait to see what the guys in the studio.
That is so funny.
You know what I don't understand about that? If he had practice pants, shorts that were the same color, but you've got gold and purple.
Right.
And at some point, wouldn't you notice, like, yeah, I don't
Well,
think
he could have
this
done
is
the
really
self-deprecation. He could have laughed at himself. He just tried to make it sound like no one knew.
Right. It just reminds me of that famous scene from old Happy Days when Ralph Malph took off his warm-ups and had on his regular clothes and says, Coach, I never played.
That's right.
I never played.
That's classic.
All right, Team 278, who has been as
Interns
cool
have
and
no
smooth,
idea what we're talking about.
Happy
Foreign
Days.
language.
As a Culver's mint explosion this week, Rico, let's start with you in our play of the week.
Play of the week, well, there's a play that's going to be talked about where Roby Coleman, the corner, it should have been a penalty, should have maybe been targeting pass interference at least late in the game with the Saints, but it was not called. That's going to be talked about forever. A ton of plays going on in the New England-Kansas City game, but I'm going to go back to college basketball only because it was a milestone for him. Cassius Winston hitting that 25-foot shot for 3, giving him 1,000 points in his career. Jack, we may be witnessing something with Cassius. You have to see how this story ends, but right now, he's not only on pace for Big Ten Player of the Year, he's thrown his hat in the ring. That game, there was no other games going on, so a lot of national media got to see Cassius Winston for the first time, dropping 29 points on the road. His name's going to be in there for National Player of the Year.
I think he would win in the non-Zion division.
That's true.
Other than that,
Long way to go.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Sean Baligian, what about our game of the week? What do you have for us?
You know what? For me, it's easy, guys. I think you look at the Rams overcoming, not having one of the best running backs in the league in Todd Gurley, overcoming that sluggish start. Most importantly, overcoming that annoying whistling guy in New Orleans. It drove you nuts, too. Let's be honest. To win with a 57-yard field goal, congratulations to the Rams. I'm going with the OT win.
Real whistle, or was that a...
It's a real whistle. It's a real...
I didn't know if he was
just
just good enough to do it with his...
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, people are saying you shouldn't bring a whistle in, and they're going, he didn't. And that drove me out of my mind all day.
Shouldn't bring him in, is what they're really meant to say. Tom Crawford, what about our team of the week?
Well, I'll give the Rams an honorable mention, but I'm going to stick with college basketball because I love it. I'm going to go with those Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm telling you what, you win 5 in a row. Like I said before, 16-3 overall, and they're hitting well, and Prenti's got them playing well together, and they're deep. I think they're going to give Michigan State a challenge on Thursday nights, but sitting right now after they...
Is that hope?
No. Okay. I'm just an observer of Big Ten play. But I'm going to go with the Hawkeyes for my team of the week.
I want to give an honorable mention to the Michigan State hockey team. And first time the Spartans have swept Minnesota in a series.
Way to go, Denton.
Since 1976.
Wow,
that's about 43 years now. They haven't played that much. But
I'm still waiting for Sean to take me to a game.
I want to go. Let's go. I love Denton. Great guy as well.
Player of the week. So many ways we can go with this. I want to give a quick shout out to everyone who was associated with the Gus Ganakis tribute. James Harden. How do you score 163 points in a week in 3 games, average more than 54 points? I saw Terry Furlow score 140 points in a week. I thought I'd never see that again, averaging 54.3 for James Harden. And his team's winning, too. They've gone from 14th up. They could finish 2nd in the West. Want to thank Tom Crawford, Blue Belly Tom. Join us tomorrow for a special show, Martin Luther King Day. Rico Beard, the Spartan Beat. Great to have you here, Sean. Always appreciate that. Thanks to all of you for watching. We'll see you next week, everyone. Have a great week.